Surgical strikes by Indian Army in Pak in September last year had sent a tough message to the world that India loves peace, but when it comes to defending its land, it possesses the force to take on the enemy. But the action, which cemented India's image across the world, was the result of an insulting question asked by a TV anchor to Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore, the Minister of Defence, days after 2015 anti-insurgency operation along the Myanmar border prompted him to plan last year's surgical strikes in Pak. Yes, the surgical strikes against terrorist hideouts in Pak were planned 15 months in advance, and the incident in which 19 Indian soldiers were killed by terrorists in September last year was a trigger point. The surgical strikes against militants in Pak, Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, were planned 15 months in advance, said Manohar Parrikar, former defense minister and Goa CM, told while addressing a gathering of industrialists. On June 4, 2015, Indian Army Jawans were ambushed by Northeast militant group NSCNK in Manipur, in which 19 Jawans were killed. Also, Riyad Modi in US PM says surgical strikes prove India can defend itself. World experienced our power. Parrikar said that when he was informed about the incident, he felt very insulted. I felt insulted. A small terrorist organization of 200 people killing 18 Dogra soldiers was an insult to the Indian Army, and we sat in the afternoon and sat in the evening and worked out the plan of first surgical strike, which was conducted on the 8th of June morning, in which about 70 to 80 terrorists were killed along the India-Myanmar border. It was a very successful strike, he said, adding that on Army's side, the only instance of an injury was a leech attaching itself to a soldier's leg. Contrary to some reports, no helicopters were used. I had placed helicopters on standby, only in case of emergency evacuation, he said. But here is the question that led to surgical strikes in 2017 against terrorists hiding in Pak. But one question, from media, hurt me. Union Minister Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore, an ex-army man, was on TV and he was explaining about all kinds of search operations. An anchor asked him, would you have the courage and capability of doing the same on the Western Front? Parrikar recalled, I listened very intensely but decided to answer when the time came. The starting of September 29, 2016, surgical strike on the western border was 9th of June, 2015. We planned 15 months in advance. Additional troops were trained. Equipment was procured on priority basis, he said. Parrikar also told that the Swati weapon locating radar (SWLR), developed by DRDO, was first used in September 2016 to locate firing units of enemy forces. The system, however, was officially inducted in Army 3 months later. The Swati weapon locating radar, developed by the DRDO, was used first in September 2016 to locate firing units of Pakistani Army, though the system was inducted officially 3 months later. Parrikar said, thanks to this radar, 40 firing units of Pakistani Army were destroyed, he added.